What if I told you that abundance isn't something you need to chase? It's not reserved for a lucky few. It's not something you earn. Abundance is a state of being. It is the natural rhythm of life, the flow of the universe itself. But if that's true, why do so many people feel stuck, trapped in scarcity, constantly worrying that they don't have enough, not enough time, not enough money, not enough opportunities? The truth is, abundance has never been about how much you have. It's about how much you allow. Let me explain. For centuries, humans have looked to the stars, studied nature, and searched for meaning. And in every direction, we find the same truth. Everything in existence follows a pattern of growth, expansion, and flow. Look at the way rivers carve through mountains, the way a single seed becomes a towering tree, the way the universe itself stretches into infinity. Abundance is not just an idea, it is a law of nature. And yet, somewhere along the way, we were taught to believe in limitations. We were taught that life is a competition, that we must struggle for more, that success is a game of winners and losers. But what if we've had it all wrong? What if the more we give, the more we receive? What if the more we trust, the more flows to us effortlessly? Today, we are breaking free from the scarcity trap and stepping into the powerful force of abundance. Let's start with the first truth. Abundance is already around you. Take a deep breath, right now, in this moment. Feel the air filling your lungs. Feel the life force that moves through you effortlessly. Did you know that with every inhale, you are tapping into the infinite supply of life itself? There is no shortage of oxygen. There is no competition for who gets to breathe more. No one is keeping score, deciding whether you are worthy of another breath. Air flows freely, without limits, without restriction. And the same is true for abundance. But somewhere along the way, we forgot this truth. We were conditioned to believe that abundance is something outside of us, something that must be earned, fought for, or only granted to a select few. We've been taught that wealth, success, and happiness are scarce, available only to those who deserve them. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Abundance is not locked behind closed doors. It is not reserved for the wealthy, the lucky, or the extraordinary. It is woven into the very fabric of existence. It is all around you, in ways both seen and unseen. Abundance in nature. Step outside and look around. The trees do not question whether they deserve to grow. They do not compare themselves to others, wondering if they are worthy of sunlight. They simply grow. The ocean does not fear running dry. It does not hoard its waves, in case there isn't enough for tomorrow. It moves with trust, knowing the tide will always return. A single apple tree does not produce just one apple. It gives abundantly, offering fruit season after season. Nature does not resist abundance. It does not second-guess itself. It simply exists in a constant state of flow, expansion, and renewal. And you are no different. You are part of this same infinite system, designed for growth, connection, and prosperity. Abundance in opportunity. Abundance is not just about material wealth. It is present in the unseen forces that shape our lives, the opportunities that arise, the relationships that flourish, the knowledge that expands our minds. Have you ever had a conversation that changed your perspective? A chance encounter that led to something incredible? A simple idea that transformed into something bigger than you imagined? These moments are not coincidences. They are proof that abundance is working behind the scenes, constantly creating new possibilities. The problem is, many of us fail to see it. We've been trained to focus on what's missing instead of what's present. We dwell on problems instead of recognizing solutions. We focus on what we lack instead of appreciating what is already flowing into our lives. Abundance in love and kindness. Abundance is also found in human connection. It's in the warmth of a smile from a stranger. It's in the comfort of a hug from someone you love. It's in the generosity of those who give without expecting anything in return. Love is one of the most abundant forces in the universe. The more you give, the more it multiplies. Unlike material possessions, love is infinite. It cannot be used up, only expanded. And yet, many people hold back, afraid to love too much, afraid to trust, afraid to be vulnerable. But love, like abundance, is meant to flow. When you give freely, without fear, without hesitation, you open yourself to receiving in ways you never imagined. The shift. Recognizing abundance. Within the first and most powerful shift you can make is understanding that abundance has never been something outside of you. It has been within you all along. You were born into a world of infinite possibilities. You have access to creativity, wisdom, kindness, and connection at any given moment. You have the power to shape your reality, to create, to give, to grow. But if abundance is already here, why do so many people feel disconnected from it? Because abundance is not just something to have, it's something to allow. In the next section, we'll explore how the scarcity mindset keeps us trapped, and how to break free and step into the limitless flow of abundance. Scarcity is a mindset, not a reality. Most people don't struggle with abundance because it isn't available. They struggle because they've been conditioned to believe in scarcity. From the moment we are born, we are subtly and overtly taught that life is a game of not enough room. We hear it in the lessons passed down to us. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard just to get by. Only the lucky ones succeed. There's not enough to go around. At first, these phrases seem harmless, even practical. But, over time, they take root in our subconscious. They create a belief system that whispers, resources are limited. Life is a constant struggle. If someone else wins, it means I lose. I must hold on tightly to what I have, or it will disappear. And once you accept these beliefs as truth, your mind starts looking for proof of them everywhere. The lens of scarcity versus the lens of abundance. Imagine two people walking through the same city. One sees only the hardships, the struggling businesses, the homeless on the street, the rising prices. They focus on every sign of lack, reinforcing the belief that life is unfair and that abundance is only for a select few. The other person walks the same path, but sees something entirely different. They notice the new opportunities springing up, the artists selling their creations, the street musician pouring their heart into a melody, the businesses innovating and thriving. They see acts of kindness, generosity, and community. The city hasn't changed, but the lens through which they see it has. Now, apply this to your life. Do you focus more on the bills piling up than the opportunities appearing? Do you see competition everywhere instead of collaboration? Do you dwell on what's missing instead of what's growing? Your perception shapes your reality. If you train your mind to look for scarcity, you will find it. If you train your mind to look for abundance, you will find that instead. The truth about abundance. Here's what most people don't realize. Abundance isn't something you earn. It's something you allow. It exists all around us. It flows in cycles. It is always available, but only to those who are open to receiving it. Think about nature. Does a tree deserve to grow tall and bear fruit? Does the ocean earn the right to be vast and full? Does the sun question whether it should shine? Of course not. They simply exist in abundance because that is their natural state, and so is yours. The only thing standing in the way of abundance is your belief that it's not yours to have. Breaking free from scarcity conditioning. So, how do you shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset? It starts with awareness. Question your beliefs. Where did your ideas about money, success, and opportunity come from? Are they really true, or are they just inherited limitations? Flip the script. Instead of saying, I can't afford that, try, how can I afford that? Instead of, there's never enough, say, I trust that more is always coming. Practice gratitude. Daily. The more you acknowledge what you already have, the more you invite in. Expand your perspective. Surround yourself with people who embody abundance. Learn from those who see possibilities instead of limits. Scarcity is a story, one that has been told to you for years. But like any story, you have the power to rewrite it. The moment you start seeing abundance, you invite it into your life. And the best part? There is no limit to how much you can receive, but only if you believe it's possible. In the next section, we'll explore how to break through stagnation and step into the flow of abundance. Because knowing abundance exists is one thing, learning how to access it is another. This brings us to the most important shift. Abundance begins with what you give. Most people associate abundance with receiving. More money, more success, more love. But the true foundation of abundance is giving. Why? Because abundance is energy, and energy is meant to move. When you hold on too tightly, whether to money, time, love, or knowledge, you create stagnation. But when you give freely, you invite flow into your life. The natural flow of abundance. Take a look at nature. The ocean doesn't hoard its water. It releases waves, evaporates into the sky, and returns as rain. Trees don't cling to their leaves. They let them fall, enriching the soil for future growth. The sun doesn't ration its light. It shines freely, fueling life across the planet. Everything in the universe follows this cycle. Give, flow, receive, expand. Giving opens the doors to receiving. Think about money. It only has value when it moves. If everyone hoarded their wealth, economies would collapse. But because people spend, invest, and exchange, money flows. The same is true for love. It multiplies when shared. The more love you give to a partner, a friend, a stranger, the more love you experience in return. And ideas? They spark and grow when exchanged. The world's greatest inventions didn't come from people keeping knowledge to themselves, but from collaboration and contribution. The more you give, the more abundance you invite. Giving is not about quantity, it's about energy. Some people think, but I don't have enough to give. But giving isn't always about money, it's about intention. Even the smallest act of generosity can create a ripple effect greater than you realize. It could be a kind word to someone who is struggling, sharing your knowledge with someone eager to learn, giving your time to help a friend or a stranger, encouraging someone's dream, even if they don't believe in themselves yet. No act of generosity is wasted. What you send out into the world always returns, sometimes in unexpected and even greater ways. The ripple effect of generosity. Imagine you buy coffee for the person behind you in line. They smile, feeling a renewed sense of kindness in the world. Inspired, they go home and offer extra patience and love to their family. Their spouse, uplifted, treats a co-worker with unexpected kindness. That co-worker, now feeling valued, helps a struggling employee who was about to give up on their dreams. A single act, a single ripple. Now multiply that across a lifetime. What if, every day, you committed to one small act of generosity? What if you gave, not just because you expect something in return, but because it's part of who you are? Trust that what you give will return tenfold. Many people hesitate to give because they fear lack. If I give away too much money, what if I don't have enough? If I help others, will they ever help me? If I give my love freely, what if I get hurt? But the truth is, giving creates abundance. When you give money, you signal to the universe that you trust in financial flow. When you give your time, you prove that you believe in connection and reciprocity. When you give love, you step into the infinite supply that was always available to you. The universe reflects your beliefs. When you act as if there is more than enough, you align with the flow of more than enough. And how to start the flow of abundance. Today, if you're feeling stuck or blocked in any area of life, whether it's money, relationships, creativity, or opportunities, ask yourself, where can I give? Where can I serve? Here are a few simple ways to step into the cycle of abundance. Give without expectation. Offer help, time, or kindness without worrying about immediate returns. Share knowledge freely. Teach, mentor, or guide someone who could benefit from your experiences. Support someone else's dreams. Invest your energy in uplifting others, and you'll find yourself lifted too. Practice gratitude. Recognizing what you already have makes you realize how much you can share. Be generous in small ways. A smile, a compliment, a listening ear. Even the smallest gesture carries power. Take inspired action. The universe responds. Here's something most people don't realize. Abundance isn't passive. It responds to movement. Think of a river. It doesn't wait for permission to flow. It moves effortlessly, finding new paths, carving its way through obstacles. Your life works the same way. If you want to step into abundance, you must take action. But not just any action, inspired action. What does that mean? It means listening to your intuition and taking steps toward your dreams. It means trusting the opportunities that come your way, even when they don't look how you expected. It means saying yes to growth, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because abundance isn't found in waiting, it's found in flow. Trust the timing of the universe. One of the hardest lessons in abundance is trust. We live in a world that demands instant results, but nature doesn't rush, and yet everything unfolds perfectly. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. A river doesn't carve a canyon in a day. The stars don't align on demand, and yet everything happens in perfect timing. Your abundance is no different. When you plant seeds of intention, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, trust that they are taking root. Keep moving forward. Keep giving. Keep believing. And watch as life unfolds in ways more beautiful than you ever imagined. Final thought. You are the wave of abundance. A single drop of water in the ocean might seem small, but it is part of something infinite. It moves with the tide, flows with the currents, and helps shape the world. And just like that drop, you are part of something limitless. You are abundance in motion. You are the ripple that creates waves. You are already enough. So today, take one step, one act of giving, one moment of trust, one choice to see abundance instead of lack, and watch how your life begins to transform. Comment below. What's one area of your life where you want to invite more abundance? If this video resonated with you, give it a like, subscribe for more, and remember, abundance flows where your energy goes. Thanks for watching.